Ever since I left the city,
Hey everybody, you know what time it is? It's 8 a.m. on Stone Road. It's your boy Math.
made it to LA, yeah.
Jeez.
Finally in LA.
Can I get your name?
You get the autograph later, but yeah, we back in Toronto, man. We're finally back.
Touchdown, baby.
Shout out my people in LA. We back in the six. Shout out my people in LA. You know, you might see me on Nobu. You might have
Nobu.
seen the TMZ pictures of me and Delilah.
Oh, I saw
You
lots of
might see the pics of me
paparazzi.
you might see me in the pics in Catch in Tao. We were outside, man.
I think I saw you in Tao too.
Bro, I was outside. Man.
They're like, yo, is that the main host of
Yo, people
8 a.m. on
running up to
Stone
me like,
Road?
yo, you're the podcaster, right? I'm like, yo, like, nah,
Autographs, eh?
you know how we do. Took some selfies out there, but yeah, it was lit. You know, Calabasas, Malibu. You know,
Nice.
we did the thing. LA was a movie. LA was a vibe.
Living in the LA life there.
Yo, ran into a lot of supporters. Ran into a lot of fans.
Yeah?
You know, a lot of people trying to network. You know, trying to get on the podcast. Shout out. Actually, you might know her, Judge Judy though, but
You met her?
that's the homie. That's the homie now.
Wait. That's a new homie? That's a new subscriber
That's my
then.
squad. That's my people out there. That's my people out
What are you
there.
doing with Judy over there?
Yeah, so we were in, just grabbing pizza one day.
Oh, nice.
Obviously, we grabbed pizza in Beverly Hills.
All right.
You don't know that pizza stuff anymore.
So it's like a local joint.
Yeah, just a local joint.
All right.
And it was literally just two people.
Right.
And it was, two tables in the back. It's just those small little New York kind of restaurants.
Oh, right.
And so I'm ordering at the front, and then this like older lady just like shoves me to the side.
Oh, wait, don't tell me. That's Judge Judy?
I didn't know at that time.
Oh, yeah.
She just
You didn't know?
She shoves me to the side. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, like what's going on?
What's the scrap
So
for?
she didn't even care. She's
Oh.
like, bro, get out of my way. And she goes to the back table. So again, it's two tables. And then
Right.
Sadia, she and her friend, they sit at the back table.
Right.
So it's just two tables, and they're both sitting next to each other.
Like back to back, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, side to side.
Right.
And
Okay.
just two tables. And so at that time, and that's what kind of sucked about California. Honestly, when we went, it was a lot colder than we thought.
Oh, really?
I think the highest temperature we got was about 16, 17, something like that.
It's like a
So-
gentle breeze, eh? Like
Gentle
a-
breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think that day we were out, it was at night, so it might have only been like 8 or 9.
Oh, wow.
Right,
Oh,
something like
that's
that.
surprising.
So-
Yeah.
Sadia had on her Balenciaga jacket and everything.
Jeez. Wait, who got her that? Which Romeo got this?
I don't know.
I know
but-
it's you, man.
I don't know. She had a jacket on, and then so the old lady goes up to her. She's like, "Are you cold?" And,
No.
And I remember, yeah. So Sadia's looking at her like,
She didn't realize it, eh?
no, she didn't realize it. She's
Really?
like, "Can I help you with something?"
Wait, none of the friends realized it too?
No, because
Oh.
Judge Judy is wearing like these big like old people glasses and like
Oh.
not a fedora, but that
Right.
like some hat like that. So you can't tell at all.
Well, she's not wearing the gown. So that's
Yeah, she didn't have the
And she's not
gavel
on
on her. Yeah,
the totem pole. And
even the hairstyle. Remember the hairstyle?
Oh, it's
she didn't-
different.
Yeah, she didn't have that because she was wearing a hat. So
Yeah.
so Sally's like, yeah, fine. So she went and got the people to close the door and everything.
Right.
And we're like, okay, cool. And then so she's sitting with the guy, and then eventually we come back and we're like, oh, maybe that's Judge Judy, blah blah blah, because the voice sounded very familiar.
Mhm.
And so then they're googling it, and
Oh,
then
right.
pretty intelligently, Sadia said, Google the husband. If that's him, then
Yeah.
we already know.
That has to be it, yeah.
And we googled it, and that was your man's.
Damn.
So,
So,
yeah.
so what'd you guys do? Like turn a
I
180?
I was chilling, bro. Then she.
Turn 180.
I was chill.
No,
bro. Everybody was mad. Everybody switched up. Everybody
Oh,
switched
yeah?
up. Yo.
They're like, who is
Once
this?
they found out that it's not some random like homeless lady, and
Yeah.
it's somebody legit.
Yeah.
Yo, everybody switched up. But
Oh,
not
that-
me, man.
No, not you.
Nah,
you were
me,
probably
man.
just looking
Bro,
straight
I'm
at her.
coolin', I'm cool. I'm chill.
So wait, how'd you guys link up then? She just like, oh, so did she say, oh yeah, I am Judge Judy? Or you just say,
no one said that.
oh, no one said that.
No, we didn't
no.
even say like, oh, you're no.
Nothing. I
No,
just
that's a normal day for us.
Damn,
It's just-
see?
I don't know about you. That's just normal.
that's
day
a
for us.
network. I mean, you guys got the LA life vibing
Yeah,
over there.
but no, she asked for some financial advice and stuff, so I had to,
Tell her to link her up on
I had
the.
to lace her
so
up.
that's
I had to lay her down, but yeah, you know what I mean. But
all right.
but yeah, other than that, LA was pretty sick.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Well, I'm just glad you're back, bro, because a lot of people have been talking beef,
yeah, a
man.
lot of people talking, but
As if we're trying to scrap or we're split up and stuff. But I mean, we're here strong, man.
we are here, we are strong, and yeah, we took some time off, honestly, for a few reasons. I think one was to Usually January for both of us is a time to kind of reflect on
Yeah,
the year,
yeah.
the upcoming year, and
And I would say the past year, because
Exactly.
I like to reflect back
Exactly.
on how it was and what we can do to improve ourselves for
Yep.
the coming forward.
Yep.
January is like more like the budget month, you can say, because you can
Exactly.
set your pace
right.
and how you really want to take the 2023. And kind of what we realized is we took a lot of feedback from you guys.
Yep.
A lot of our audiences, they really like the content that we provided, and some things that they wanted to like project more. I know you were getting a lot of requests about like RSP that's coming up.
Yep. A lot of questions. Yeah, a lot of DMs and everything, even emails. Honestly, that what you advise for RSP. Deadline is coming up, so we will have a lot of content coming around that. A lot of videos coming around that. Even simple stuff from what is RSP, what
Yeah.
can we do to better ways of maximizing the RSP. So all those things will kind of be talked about, be discussed, and then that will kind of slowly bring us into tax season, which is everyone's favorite time of the year.
I wouldn't say for me, man.
No, because you're
We're
rich.
paying.
You're rich.
We're all paid here, man.
Yeah, I know.
Those are the days when you used to get actual money back from tax season. Eh?
Yeah, even speaking about tax and all that stuff, CPP, EI percentages change, so a lot of your
Oh, yeah.
paychecks are looking a lot different now. They're taking a bit more, so even that, we'll have a few videos on that to see what the differences are from the year before and everything like that, and try to get you the highest refund check you can.
And put it into the next investment,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's all 2023 was about. That's why we were off on January. Yeah, we had a few beef things here and there, but we squashed it.
I was supposed to go to LA with them, but
I know.
clearly I didn't catch the memo.
Nah, bro, I changed up on you.
He's
I'm ready
real
to sell
quick.
out. I'm ready to sell out.
Man's
I'm
real
ready
quick.
to sell out.
He's ready to start a podcast with
I'm
Joe
ready-
Judy over there.
I thought about it too, man.
Oh, there you go.
And like she can legally get us out of our contract too. So
So you thought it out, man.
we record some content out there.
So what was the real reason that you went to LA? Because I know you have a lot of plans. You put it out there.
Nah, we had a lot of plans, but
So what was the real reason though?
yeah, shot a few commercials out there. Tried to sell our catalog. Everyone else is doing it. Why can't we do it?
I agree.
Had a
I
lot
agree.
of meetings out there. Only getting those 5-6 figure deals right now is something light.
So you're not trying to sell it out yet.
Nah,
You're holding
not
on.
like that. No.
Okay.
Your watch collection is worth more than those offers right now. So
I'm just gonna keep it antique
not like
at this
that.
point.
But yeah, obviously, is the big news right now. Bieber is the latest name to sell his catalog.
Yeah.
He sold it for $200 million.
That's a nice lump sum payment.
Nice lump sum.
Yeah.
And again, it's not for all his work from now on. It's
Right.
from 2022 of December 31st, so the end of last year, and everything obviously before, like Baby, Never Say Never.
Never.
Yeah, all those songs. So they now own the rights to that song. So anytime you hear it and that's kind of essentially how it works. All these investment firms, all these music publishers, they will come buy your rights. A lot of the music publishers already own the publishing portions, but now they're going to own the other portion as well. And so that's what it is. They're going to try to collect it on royalties and everything like that. So just believe every single movie, every single commercial, everything will now have all these songs because they have to get their money back somehow.
Well, they have the rights, and now they are able to cash out, and they have to make use of the investment, right?
Exactly. And before, even if the publisher wanted to put your song in the commercial, for example, but you didn't write off on it, there were a lot of back and forths on it. So now that they own pretty much all of it, they can do whatever they want with it. So
I think it's a smart call what Bieber did though, because he had
Yeah.
half of his life, maybe more.
I agree.
Ahead of him,
I
right?
agree. Yeah, he can literally do whatever he wants now musically, and then he can legit sell it again.
Yeah. A lot of people have done that in the past.
A lot of people are doing that. So selling their royalties, residuals, get that lump sum payment right now because that's the thing. Yes, you might get that money in the future, but speaking as a big time producer back in the day, I know it's hard.
You're gonna shout him out, or is it on the?
No, you keep it
keep
low.
it-
You keep it low, man.
keep it low,
That's
alright.
why. That's what I learned from my people in LA. Keep it.
Oh, I see. Just like Judge
You know,
Judy.
if you know, you know. If you know, you know. But yeah, basically learning about all the residuals and royalties is not easy collecting on those. Yes, your thing might be worth 50 million, 10 million, 100 million, but collecting 100 million is a lot different.
Right.
So a lot of people are taking those lump sum payments and investing it into other things as well. And I think that's something, I mean, you as an engineer can kind of talk about.
Yeah, I would say so because given the projects that you work with, right?
Yeah.
And you need certain capital to even initiate the project. You won't be able to initiate if you don't have the certain capital to even start with.
Yeah.
So I would say like even 50% of the investments, you need to be able to have that ready to go.
Yep.
To kickstart, say like mining projects, we work on a
Yep.
lot, and
Yep.
we need that capital up front before we can even proceed with the production or manufacturing process of it. So that's why I found like a lump sum payment is a really good way
Lump
of
sum, yep.
starting it off.
Lump sum payment is good. And even the tax breakdown of it, right?
Yeah.
So if you're getting residuals and royalties, that's fine. It's going to count as income, which will get you at the highest tax bracket. Simple example, because obviously all these musicians and stuff are out of US, but most of the higher tax brackets for US is looking at 37%. And even if you're in California or New York, it's even a bit higher.
Even here.
Even here is higher, right?
Higher, yeah.
But if you get the lump sum payment, it's going to be treated a little bit differently. So even the tax payout is going to be a lot less on that. And even how they're pricing the catalogs is a lot different. They're pricing at 30 times the average annual royalties, which is putting a 30x multiple on it, which is pretty good, honestly. And that's why a lot of people are gearing towards that.
Right.
Even speaking like as an engineer with all your IP and everything, you know how much of a you have to claw through and everything just to even see a few dollars. And if you work for a company, chances are they're trying to fight to keep that IP as theirs. So there's a huge IP battle all the time, and it's the same thing as music. And that's the thing I always talk about when I was doing music and stuff like that with other artists. The importance of ownership, but knowing when you have ownership, what you're doing with it as well. It's not just to own it and do something with it. And even
lifetime. You have to predict the lifetime of it.
Yeah.
Say there's a point where you can actually maximize your profit.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you?
Yep.
Right.
Exactly, and then passing it down like generation to generation, it gets a lot harder. It's easier to pass down some money, but passing down the rights to things like that, even like in engineering with patents and everything, it gets a lot more trickier. So sometimes the money is good to go.
Well, there's a time frame for that too, like 10 years, and you can keep renewing, but I mean over an extensive period of time, you got to be able to cash out.
Yeah, it's true. And even with IP, for example, I think 20 years, after 20 years, it's
Right.
fair game, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's little things like that where you should look into see, you have ownership, but what does ownership actually mean? Especially if you're in a more creative field, even if it's not arts or music, but engineering is an example. Or anywhere where you're patenting and inventing and everything like that. But
Designs, and you got issues with competitors that coming out
It's
of
true.
the market.
But honestly, if you still want to be an engineer after seeing these headlines, or an accountant or anything, you are mistaken. Because trust me, it is way better to learn Pro Tools than to learn Excel and
Free
AutoCAD.
tools, then like getting paying in first year university to learn AutoCAD, right?
And got you what? Nothing. Bro, if you started practicing singing,
In those bathroom showers, bro.
man,
And I still do it to this day, but I should have just put like my own mic inside and just
you should have, man. You
Just
wasted your damn time friggin'
solving
solving. Yeah, friggin' Pythagorean theorem. Could have been out here auto tuning and.
I mean, it's smart because you develop that skill and
It's
then
true.
you become your own entrepreneur.
It's true, and that's the thing too. So even honestly, the rights. I remember a few years ago. Speaking of Justin Bieber, actually, and kind of the workarounds. Justin Bieber's manager, Scooter Braun, sold the rights to Taylor Swift's catalog for $300 million.
300 million.
But the trick was that Taylor Swift had to go back and re-record all her music to make it essentially new songs.
Oh my god.
So yeah, there's a lot of workarounds and stuff like that. It's a very shady business, but
Right.
I mean that's the thing though.
I mean, it's a competitive business, right?
Yeah.
And you got to be staying relevant, right? There's generational eras that you got to surpass.
Exactly.
So I would say, it's a very competitive and unique way of doing it.
So what would you do with 200 mil?
To be honest, bro, if
Yeah.
I can,
Yeah.
this is a dream. I'm just saying, I would love to put it in a Cali home, live in the Belleville Hills,
Bro.
I would see
Are you trying to
everything.
take my vibe?
Because
that was me. That was me and
I'm
Jared.
living a salty life right now at the moment, just because
Yeah.
you dip, bro.
Man, literally the day we came back, the next day was a huge winter storm too.
Oh right,
And the
yeah,
funny thing
yeah.
is, like,
you're right.
I came back and started looking at like not even Cali, like literally LA properties and the nice properties in LA. Even Calabasas, Hidden Hill, all the outside areas too, and it's literally the same prices as here.
Right, it's ridiculous, right?
Right, but the thing is, like,
but it's
when-
US dollars.
It is US dollar,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's not that much of a difference that, right? So
It's not a break it.
but yeah,
Right?
personally, with the $200 million, of course, there's a lot more you can do, and that's kind of the thing as well. I know one thing that I always get asked with investing, and again, this isn't even hardcore investing, nothing like that. Whatever money you have, throw it into an index fund. Everybody in the world does that.
Right.
And just let the money grow. You let it sit, you chill, and the money's just growing. You look back in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whenever you need it, and then you see the growth.
It's like a blue chip stock, like one of those, right? You just don't touch it.
Yeah,
you
just,
don't even
just
think
let
about
it do its thing.
Yeah.
The more you mess around with it, the more you play around with it, and this is true, honestly, even like cooking and even engineering and all that stuff. The more you mess around with it, the worse it's gonna get. I know several stocks. Everyone, I remember I thought I was like Wolf of Wall Street when I first started,
Right. Yeah.
and I was not. A lot of money went downhill. But then then I just started doing the ETF game,
Yeah.
just throwing in index funds and everything, and I just let it sit, and that actually helped do a lot more for me actually. So that's one thing, and especially the more money you can put into it, the more of a return we're looking at. So start off by just doing index funds, even if you don't know investing, don't know anything about it. It's a great way to start introducing and a great way to just make money while you're chilling.
Well, the other thing is you're trying to get away from the tax whole bracket of it, right? Because obviously, as your salary keeps going up, you're going to get hit with higher tax brackets. So the way to compensate that is by hustling on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And some things you can buy is like those little antiques. Not antiques, but in the sense that you can buy rollies. I know you got a whole collection there,
Man,
just
I got
waiting
so
to cash
many.
out.
I got too many.
Waiting to cash
I
out.
got so many.
You're gonna drop the line cashing out by Levels Remix there at this point, man.
Yeah, no, even watches like you mentioned, Rollies is a great investment. To me, I watch that stuff all day. There's a lot of resale market that you can make a lot of money. Actually, when I was in LA, I was doing a little Rollie shopping.
On the street, wow.
And
Wait, for your girl or for yourself? That's the real question now. Or is it for the future investment?
Hers?
Oh.
No, but the reason why is so before COVID, actually, when I was doing ring shopping for my wife,
Damn.
there's a Rollie store next door.
Okay.
So I had to
Just popped in.
I pop in, do a few some light shopping.
Okay.
And so one of the Rolexes I was looking at, I remember was just under 10 grand.
Right.
I think it was like 999, like something like that.
Right. Yeah.
And so the dial was okay. I was like, I don't know. And then he's like, honestly, this is my only one that I have.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I don't know. So I was like, whatever. I left. That same watch, same dial, same everything went up to about 14,000 when COVID hit. Like a few.
What was the reason? Just sat there. There's no additional anything like that. It was just the same watch.
No, because the thing was, which a lot of companies did, was they, especially Rolex, like everything is handmade. So when COVID hit, the factory shut down, which is lowered supply.
Right.
And of course, anytime you lower supply, simple microeconomics, price goes up.
Demand, yeah.
And then demand skyrocketed. Everybody like you, for example, gaming the CRB and all that stuff.
I wish.
But no, everybody was doing that, all those PPP loans and everything.
Yeah.
And buying out Rollies and Richard Millys and stuff like that. So,
I mean, they were doing the same with the houses.
same with everyone. At least, So that's what they were doing. The only ones that only honestly messed out is the ones that bought expensive cars.
Yeah.
Because unless you're buying a supercar, for example, there's no car that
it won't retain value.
Exactly. So, but the people who were buying watches, art, homes, those were the smart people.
Yeah.
But so that watch eventually went to 20,000. So I would have doubled my money. But funny enough, with all this market crash and everything, it kind of went back to almost the original value price. Yeah. Right. So it was interesting to see. But I think that was the thing as well, that these are like the lowest the prices ever going to be, and it's still the same value.
Well, that's the thing. You hold on to it too, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So another decade or so.
Yeah.
What do you expect it to be? We weren't seeing Rollies to be like that over the course of the period.
No.
It was some you can afford, and some now it's going to like the car's value, right?
Yeah.
And even more.
Yeah, and exactly. So this is, of course, easily translatable to houses as well.
Yeah.
I know we still look at houses all the time and stuff like that, and people were begging for house prices to go down. House prices are down, and yet I won't say people are not buying.
Well,
the people
they're
that
scared.
were crying about it, that's the thing.
They're scared, and they're still scared. But
they're scared.
I mean, people are saying, "Oh, the houses aren't going down in price and whatnot, and the interest is so low."
Yeah.
They didn't capitalize, but now what's happening is the opposite. So interest is up,
exactly,
but the house price is low.
Yeah, I think what people don't realize is, and I think it's because a lot of people's first homes were being bought during the COVID time.
Right,
the interest rates we saw during COVID are not normal interest rates. That was the lowest it's ever
For variable, you're talking about. Well, both.
Even fixed.
Both. Yeah, even fixed.
My
actually,
fixed rate was insane.
Yeah.
So, take advantage of these situations, especially pre-con. I always do a pre-con. The homes I always get, whether it's this home, the investment home I bought, all that stuff, they're always pre-con. Why? Because you're betting. So if you think interest rates are low or too high right now, eventually they're going to go down.
Yeah.
So why not take advantage of the prices that they're giving now, book a home, and then hopefully the interest rate goes down by the time it's ready to close.
Right, to close. And that's a huge market because they say you can do like condos. Condos take X amount of years. there's so many delays, right? You need to be able to sell 80% of the actual tenants of it, or even like household, right? In a sense, you can extend your duration from 3 years to even 6 years. You've seen. So the interest is obviously based off of the last 6 years at that current fiscal period. It's not this current period, which is like ridiculous interest, which everyone's scared of.
Yeah.
But you don't have to think about it if you just put a down payment now.
Yeah.
And just worry about it 6 years down the road.
And that's the thing too. I think every people, especially when you're not into finance, you rely a lot on what people say and headlines and stuff like that. But again, we're gonna bring out videos on how to calculate based off interest rate, based off house prices and everything, what actually makes sense. I think as an accountant, and you've probably seen this as an engineer, there's a lot of projects that actually do make sense. When you look at it and face value, you think, oh, that is too easy, or that's the worst investment ever. But there's a lot of underlying factors that when you calculate, you realize, oh, it's not as bad as you think. And this is a great opportunity. Even when we were booking our house, the builder did not care. The builder did not budge. Now you can literally tell them whatever you want, and they'll move stuff around. And so this is the time to actually go for it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think a lot of people are caught up, and that's the thing too. A lot of real like investors are scooping up homes.
Well, they're maximizing, because if you have the capital, why not? And that's what they're doing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they're scooping them up. They'll worry about the mortgage after. Obviously, do what's in your means. And then I think that's the thing too. Calculate, okay, interest rates are high, but calculate whatever you can based on your means and get a house accordingly to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
You can do it in fixer upper, right? I mean, there's so many things where you can actually drop on capital.
A lot of the homes that were overinflated because of like we talk about it a lot where the GTA bubble extended like 500 kilometers.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. But now all those outside homes have crashed a lot. So this is your chance now. You kept saying, why are these places so high? They're not as high anymore. So
no. And it's the fact that your property value doesn't really necessarily go down. Some people are afraid of that as well. As current home users or owners, they're scared that, their value went down. I mean, you got to think about it. You're going to hold on to this house for X amount of years still.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You're not trying to sell it. You only lose money if you're selling it.
Yeah, exactly. So hold on to it.
Hold on to it. Yeah. And then maybe you can drop another property if you have excess capital sitting on the side doing nothing really, right?
And that's the thing. When the people were buying the homes that especially lost a lot of money is when it was ridiculous to buy. That's the thing I think people don't realize with investing, like in homes especially and stuff like that, is or anything really. If you're doing it when everybody's doing it, you're never going to make money. You have to take the risk. You might fail, and that's fine, but that's the whole point of investing. You try. That's why they talk about diversifying portfolios and everything. I remember watching like all these like billionaire investors at Silicon Valley and stuff like that. And they always said, like, we have 51 things we invest in. 50 are complete garbage. And one is going to make us money. And that one is going to make enough money that encompasses everything.
Every loss that you may see, it's going to make up the bank.
Yeah. And it's the same thing. Even when we were talking about music earlier, even music labels, they say the same thing. We have 50 artists that are making us broke. But then they have the one artist like Drake or something that's literally keeping the lights on for everything else. Exactly. So you just have to be right once. Even the other ones are going to be duds.
Well, that can be seen anywhere in manufacturing as well. Yep. Actually, now that I think about it, it's funny because I always made a joke because we were telling about it. There's this guy at work. He just comes into work.
Oh, the one you have a crush on?
No.
That one? The one we talk about?
I mean, he's got style. Okay. I gotta admit, he's got style. If he's listening to this, he's probably gassed out right now. But
I think he's creeped out.
He's probably low-key is. We'll blur it out at this moment.
Yeah, we'll beep it out.
Bro, this guy's coming out with John Varvatos jackets, bro, and just a not casual work day. And I'm just thinking, I'm wearing just my typical H&M dress, just trying to be humble, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe max $30. This guy's coming in with $6K blazers, coming in hot into our workplace.
Top your money up.
Manufacturing. Bro, it's not even just one. He got two. And he's rocking the other one the next week. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, we had a conversation after this whole, after workplace. And then he's like, I have a couple of properties out. And that's when I realized, I'm like, wow, he's actually not focused really hardcore on full-time.
No.
He's got a lot of properties on the side. He's got a lot of capital coming from 100%. The back end.
Yeah, so keeping up with real estate, obviously, I was out in LA, doing my LA things. And I noticed that, I thought it was just here, but of course, LA and honestly, everywhere around the world now, we've noticed that housing is, of course, a luxury now more than a right.
Right.
We see this everywhere we go. Homelessness is on the rise. And, of course, mortgage rates and what's happening right now with inflation, everything is not adding to it as well.
Well, we just got the other interest rate hike as well, right? And this is January, 25 basis points. not so much, but it's still additional money off of the people's pockets.
Yeah, it is hard to get a house right now, even with the new stress test that they introduced. People who could maybe afford a house are not getting a house, and now they're relying on rentals, and yeah, it's just getting out of control. But yeah, even every percentage increase, I know you just said 25 basis points, but every single basis point does add up overall. I mean,
another dollar to the pocket.
You pay variable, so you know that every basis point does make a little bit of a difference. And yeah, so
I mean, the way you can think of it is, we're spending a bit more money on the rental aspect of it.
Yeah.
But say you're taking the spectrum off of the other way, where you're the owner of the house.
Right.
Say you bought the house, you can have so much leverage to put your rental property value up much higher. That depends on the geographic area. Like say GTA, you're at least what was it going for, like 2,500 or something?
Yeah,
like
I think right now a 1-bedroom condo or apartment is 2,300. I think 2,350, something like that.
Right.
And so even with the ratios that we have right now, 32% for the GDS ratio, which means you have to make about, I guess, 7,500 ish.
7,500.
7,500. And yeah, so I mean, a lot of people with the that pretty much is what, almost 90,000.
That's tough, man, because you're close to six figures.
Exactly. You're close to six figures just to get a 1-bedroom place here. And even in GTA, the average income is only $48,000. So it just doesn't make sense. And it's completely, it's all over the place. Even the budgeting, I was helping with a few people with their budgets in January. And again, we'll release a template soon. But yeah, so, I'll break it down further into detail there, but there's the 50%, which is basically your necessities, which includes housing and car and everything. And so they were asking me, they were saying, well, how is 50% in GTA doable?
Yeah, enough.
Right? Because it's 100% going to be more than 50%. And I said, yeah. And what do you, like, I know it sucks, but that's kind of what it is, right? Like, a lot of people are in that situation where it's way more than 50%. And now they have to live on that plus all the car payments and this payment and that payment and all that stuff. So it is tricky out there.
You're living by the paycheck, and I think the way I think Brampton has kind of relayed back to this is live the life where you can bunk in with people together.
Yo, they did it smart though, honestly.
I make a joke out of them all the time, right? And they 8 people in 2 bedrooms, they've done it and easily, right?
But I mean, that's what it should be,
smart,
right?
Yeah,
it's smart because then you save your money a little bit, and I think that's one thing good, honestly, coming from like the Daisy households that we come from. We don't really move out right away. Not that we have a choice, but until we're married. But honestly, that does make it a lot easier. That like you can now, it's smart. You save all your money. You save all your money, and so by the time you are ready to move out, you're purchasing a home rather than just going straight into rental because I have to leave.
You're giving your money off someone else's pocket, right?
Yeah.
And you can do a lot of savings, right? You don't necessarily have to have like huge grocery bills. You're gonna kind of put it in lump sum with everybody together.
Exactly, and
the bills,
and even talking about like married when you move out, then of course now you're dealing with 2 incomes to pay that mortgage rather than just one.
That's a big one. Yeah.
So it just makes it a lot easier not only to pay the mortgage, obviously, but to also get approved for houses as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, and not just trying to convince all you guys to turn into LBs over here, like my boy over here. But no, it makes sense. Even if you have a friend, like say you're a student, you're gonna bound to want to like rent off with someone else in the GTA.
Exactly.
And
yeah, but a lot of people are asking for help. They were showing last year, for example, $135,000 on average parents were giving their kids.
If they're lucky, eh?
If they're lucky, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, do whatever you got to do, honestly, to get your down payment situation. I know you talked about what you kind of went through at the beginning of on our first podcast.
I would say it's smart. If your parents are able to give you a bit of a lump sum payment at the beginning, you can kind of use that to leverage to put into, say, your first property.
Exactly.
And what happens is, say you have a pre-con. I love to target pre-con. I know we both love to talk about it. And the reason why is, say you put in a condo. You can say at the time is $500,000. You're only paying 20% down.
Yeah.
It's about $105K around there, right?
Right.
And your parents gave you that money, and you're just slowly putting that in. You're waiting for it to come out and release. Say the condos, your average about 3 years. With the pandemic, you may have been lucky 5 years. By that time, your property value is definitely grown up from the $500,000 that you probably put down for the value at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Say you're making, maybe it's coming out at $700,000 current list price.
Right.
You're making another additional $100,000.
Yeah, easily.
And you can give your parents back that 100,000 plus you
exactly.
own that 100,000 that you just made.
Exactly. It's just a loan, and yeah, no, 100%. It's just honestly figuring out that thing. I think a lot of people don't talk about that. Even the people who do that, they tend to kind of not
Shy
hide
away.
it. Yeah, not hide it, but shy away from it. And but I think that's the thing that with all these things, especially you know in our communities where we don't talk about as much, or a lot of our parents are first generation here as well. You know, we don't know all the tricks, so that's kind of why we have to pool our resources together and figure out the best way to kind of help each other.
And we're just trying to break all the filters, man.
Yeah.
We're just trying to be full transparent.
Fully transparent, yeah.
Just, you know, like there's a lot of people out there you're going to be listening to like, oh yeah, that's actually so smart.
Yeah.
Like if your parents are balling out and buying Bentleys and Rovers, man, why can't you just drop 100K and just for the short time?
That's true.
And then return it back a couple of years later.
That's true.
Right? I mean, it's a conversation you can have with your parents, and they'll realize that you're really mature.
Yeah.
In the sense of bringing up this conversation and thinking about your future life.
Yeah.
I mean, which parent wouldn't want to see their kids balling out, right?
That's true.
So I mean, I see a lot of people doing that, but I mean, when we're thinking about it, I'm still saying people got to LB it up, because you know why? Now they're saying typically you want household income to be around 186 to 193,000 in total.
Household,
to be able
that's
to
just you.
and chill. But I'm saying, as an average person, to be able to, like, you know, wanting to be able to like approve for mortgage for that's something that's 700,000 or more, which is every house nowadays.
That's not.
That's like everywhere.
That's not even an apartment now.
Oh, I mean, it's so hard to say, right? It's so derogative.
Yeah.
But that's the truth now. And, you know, we've seen like a whole decline of 9% of mortgage applications where, you know, they've seen that deducted because people are scared of that interest rate.
People are scared, yeah.
And that's the worrisome part because people are thinking, okay, you know what? Interest rate is going up. Houses are like crazy rocket. But it hasn't really been crazy because the house price went down. But now people are thinking, you know what? They're scared. It's too much of a affordability. You know, you can't really afford it. But what happens is, say the interest rate's going to go down, which is what you were saying earlier.
Right.
House price is going to go up. So how are you going to afford this?
We're just stuck now, honestly. So
Yeah, it's a bubble.
But that's the thing. Make a decision if you're looking for a home and you keep, because that's the thing. You got to live somewhere. If you're doing it smart, where you're living either with your parents or somebody, and you're living essentially rent free, sure, fine. But if you're now paying all this money in rent, like you have to factor that into it as well.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you're living for free somehow, then yeah, congratulations, stay at home as long as you can. But if you are not and you're paying rent, then does it really make sense that you're holding out, waiting while paying a minimum $2,000? And that's
Yeah. It's horrible.
yeah.
I mean, you could also rent it out in your basement, parents' basement, if that's an option, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, don't get us wrong, interest rate did go up like crazy, right?
No. It is difficult, but that's the thing. I
Yeah.
think when you are looking at it, I think a lot of people are renting, paying crazy rent prices
Yeah.
while doing, you know, while saying, you know, no, it's not the time, but you're putting that money essentially to nowhere. At least it's going to interest, it's going to your mortgage. But like I said, you can team up with people, buy a home. You know, a few of you team up. Instead of 4 of you renting a house, why don't you 4 try to come together
And put in a actual house property, right?
Yeah.
And we all know spring is the time of season. Everyone's going to go shopping for
Yeah.
houses.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would say a lot of people should capitalize on right before that. Do your research now.
Yeah.
Get into the market early, right? Before everybody starts swarming. And that's when the bid wars start to happen.
Yo, I actually thought when I went to LA that my house was gonna get sold. You hear about all that stuff?
Oh, no.
Where the few people went on vacation and then they came home and their home was sold.
It's sold, yeah.
Yo, every day I was checking like my doorbell, like, yo, are people coming to my house? Just to
Yeah,
make sure. But yeah, no, our
Oh,
house,
man.
I think it's still ours still. So
Yeah, you're good because I was scouting around while you were gone, man. I was like, hopefully my buddy's here.
Yeah.
And, man. It was good, though. I mean, it's good to see, like, your property value go up, though. Because a lot of people are asking for more at certain times, too.
yeah.
From what you bought it before pandemic, right?
Yeah, literally a few weeks before pandemic. Yeah.
So that's a good
But
positive
even
cash.
speaking about like freaking out stuff, when pandemic hit, I was, of course, you know, you're at home, you got to keep it cool.
Right.
Right. But no, in my head, I'm like, yo, this might have been.
A lot of people had that little scare.
I had to tell my wife, like, no.
It's like a cold feet, right?
Yeah. I had to tell my wife, like, no, we're good. But in my head, I'm like, yo, we're not good.
You know,
But
that's
that was the thing. Literally, like, it hiccuped once, and then
Yeah.
that was it. Then it just ran with it. So, and even talking about the interest rates, how we mentioned earlier, that these are the lowest they're ever going to be.
Yeah.
They were manipulating the interest rates. Those were not natural interest rates. They were manipulating it to encourage people to keep shopping while people were at home and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
keep that in mind when you're thinking about, oh, my friend or this person got fixed at like 1.5 or even 2%. Those days are done.
Yeah.
Who knows if we ever get back to those days? So don't keep thinking that those days will come back.
It's definitely once in a lifetime for a time period at this moment. But I mean, you're talking about positive cash flow, but I'm seeing one of my boys there, man.
Yo,
His went the opposite, man.
they ran off on your boy's money.
My boy from Jamaica. You know what we're talking about?
Your man's Usain.
Oh, man, the fastest man on earth.
Fastest man on earth. Money left just as quick.
The GOAT
The
of
goat, man.
runners.
The goat of runners.
The one
yeah.
that started my whole running.
Yeah, he was the
marathons.
one that inspired you.
He was the one,
He was
man.
the one that inspired you.
He was not the good financial inspiration because the man's did not look into his numbers, man.
Didn't I smoke you in that race last time? Yo, I swear I smoked you.
Yo, who do you think you
I
are,
swear I
man?
smoked you.
Which race?
I swear I smoked you.
Yo, which race are you
I
talking about?
swear I smoked you, but
Yo, you fat self ain't gonna.
nah, but your girl's
be-
listening,
be-
so no, you
Uh,
won. You won. You were
alright,
you were such
alright.
a good runner.
I
But yeah,
was
no,
sprint on the wrong race. I got you.
apparently.
Short, you got me.
That's why. What was your man's name that told you you ain't shit at dodgeball? What was it?
No, it was European handball. for
European
some-
handball. Yeah.
A game that I never knew of at the
Yeah, I
time.
know.
But nah, man, that guy. You know how many zeros in the back of his number? It's insane. 6 digits, bro. He lost 12 million.
12 million. Yeah, Usain Bolt lost 12 million.
Milli.
So for those who don't know, basically he had a couple of financial advisors at an investment firm. Ran off on his money, all 12 million gone. Sad part is that it wasn't just 12 million just chilling. It was like part of the retirement and everything. So yeah, this is a big story. Not that it's Usain Bolt and it's 12 million. It's more of the underlying factor that, you know, these are people you're supposed to quote unquote trust with your money. And so that brings up a bigger factor on no matter who has your money, even if you love them, you trust them, everything like that, it should always be check the money. It's not necessarily that people are stealing or frauding you always, but it's also that you never know. So an example a few weeks ago was Bank of America had a glitch. Everybody's money bank account went to zero.
Yeah.
And again, this was not anybody's fault. It was a quote unquote glitch. So everybody, it was insured. So everybody got their money back. But the problem was that if you did not know and you wrote a check or anything like that, whether it's rent or car, whatever it may be, and you got any NSF fees or anything like that, insurance doesn't cover that one. So I think that's one wake up call that a lot of people had, that everyone assumed the fees would be covered and everything like that. It's just the amount that's sitting in your bank account. All those fees you have to cover and everything. And NSF fees are freaking expensive.
Yeah, I agree.
And so none of that is covered. And so you have to eat that. And that's just because a lot of people weren't checking their bank accounts daily. So even little things like having, like I know on my bank account, if it goes below a certain level, it will text me or email me that
The funds need to be reimbursed, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like anything under 7 figures, my bank tells me like, "Yo, what's going on? Everything cool?"
Damn, man, mine's
Everything
probably
cool?
only like 3 digits. Yours
Nah,
is
I'm
like,
different out here.
Oh,
2023 is different.
So
man.
wait, what are you doing with all the digits, man? You should be putting properties in LA, man.
I am, man. I'm you know.
Oh wait, this is the. Wait, stay tuned for the next podcast.
Wait for the house tour.
All right.
But yeah, this is a serious issue. Just make sure you are tracking everything, even the advice you get. This is just a reminder for anything financial. Just you should know about it. A lot of people honestly rely on others to do their financial stuff, and one day it will come that you have to figure it out. And so it's better to at least learn the stuff and know the stuff rather than coming one day where it's all on you now and now you're freaking out. So at least know what's happening. Even simple things like how much your bills are in the day, heating bill, all that stuff. Even if you have no idea or you don't pay it, nothing like that, you should know at least just in case.
Just educating yourself, right?
Educating
Finances
yourself,
and like the fact that, you know, say you're using a bit more hydro or you're using a bit more, you know, electricity in certain areas, you should be able to like know or navigate between your expenses and your usage. And that kind of helps you with the savings as well, obviously, right? And there's peak times, there's non-peak times.
Actually, I found out, I think it was yesterday, there's different tiers that you can sign up for in Ontario.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had no idea, honestly, that like,
Yeah, I didn't know.
if you use a certain amount, that it's like capped off in a certain tier and stuff like that. So like
You can sign
apparently it
up-
actually saves you money overall.
Oh, that's pretty
I
cool,
had no
yeah.
idea, but yeah. So
Over the long term, yeah. That's,
yeah, but so I literally just found out last night, but yeah, I think it's something new that they're doing.
Oh, that's a pretty good initiative.
But yeah, keep track of your finances, keep track of everything. Even another example of something where it was not their fault, but it just happened was Fat Joe, he was paying all his money to his accountant and everything, and the accountant was just stashing the money instead of paying the IRS. So yeah, the IRS found out. They said, yeah, we clearly saw the paper trail of you doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But the thing they told him was, it's your finances. At the end of the day, you should know what's happening.
Right.
And so it is sad, but it is kind of.
But
what
man
it is.
did time, man. It's
Yeah.
it's under his liability, but he did time.
Yeah.
That sucks for the person, man.
Speaking of stupid money, Kyrie.
Oh my god, bro, why did you not go with LeBron over there, man? The guy went with Luca, ditched a KD over there.
Yeah.
I thought they were the power duo, bro.
No. Kyrie's gone. Yeah, Kyrie, of course, now on Dallas. I thought, I mean, who knows, because the trade deadline is around the corner. But I thought it would be, I don't know how it's going to turn out, honestly. I thought it would be a way to get somebody else and use Kyrie and maybe trade him. But
Yeah.
I don't know now.
It's a very interesting dynamic, Luca and Kyrie.
Yeah, I don't think,
Very interesting.
yeah, because Kyrie didn't, with LeBron and stuff like that, he didn't respect LeBron. So how's he going to respect some chubby little white guy?
And he's a noob. I
He
mean,
can
he's
ball,
a
though.
Rookie.
He can
yeah.
ball,
Yeah,
but yeah, he's just a little chubby white guy. I don't
A
see
rookie.
Kyrie respecting him. So
Or he might take him under his wing, make him a protege. We don't know.
yeah, that's true. That's why it is going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen.
What's not interesting is OG and Fred, man. They are up for trade potential requests.
Yeah, they're yeah.
I don't want it, man.
No?
Fred has been like the OG. I mean, OG itself has been with the Raptors since beginning too.
That's your
so-
boy, right? Every time you say courtside, you're dapping him up and stuff.
You know how we dap it up all the time. We go,
Dap it up
we
your
go to
boy.
bar 6 every time.
Dapping
You
up
know.
your boy OG. Yeah, it's interesting to see. Yeah, trade deadline is around the corner, so
man.
let's see what happens. But so far, nothing's happened to them yet.
Let's keep it like that.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, let's keep it like that. I mean, we've been really we need a little bit of star players in our team. Some people said, "Oh, we're gonna get Lonzo Ball for Lowry, or not Lowry, for Fred."
But isn't our record like 500 almost, pretty much? Not even four. So it's like, what's the point? Like,
Bro, we're washed up right now at the moment, man.
yeah, but that's the point. You're spending all this money to be washed up.
Man.
Nah,
You know what?
get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of them.
Which one would you get rid of first, though? Is the question.
Whatever.
Both of them? Damn. Where did you chuck these guys
Yo,
out?
whoever on the whoever gives me a good enough trade, I'm out.
You know
Like,
what? What if we get LeBron?
That's one thing. People fall in love with players and then they don't trade them and then they become washed up and then
Yeah.
they just get rid of them.
Yeah. I agree.
It was very evident in the Kawhi trade. Everyone was crying DeRozan left. And everyone's like, oh, it's just a 1 year rental. Well, look what happened to the 1 year rental. If DeRozan stayed here,
Yeah. We wouldn't be the same.
it's the same thing. You got to be able to pull the trigger. And these guys are, yeah, they're good. The debate's not that they're not good, but maybe it's not the right collective. So, yeah, get rid of
Or
them.
maybe in a different change of space.
Yeah.
But what one person that didn't do that, eh?
The GOAT.
Yeah, the GOAT. That's how you know he's the. So
You
he's
think
the GOAT, right?
Bro, I've been saying he's a GOAT.
You've been saying it?
I've been saying it because
Yeah.
he's, yeah,
He's
of
delivered.
course we're talking about LeBron. He's now first in points. But I think he's fourth in assists or something like that.
Yeah, he's fourth in all-time
Right? So
assists. Yeah.
like he does everything and still people have a problem. But
Well, a lot of people said he used to be like a ball hog, but I don't see that, man. I think he was driving it.
you think so?
Yeah, I think he was driving like the team dynamic and everything.
Yeah, he was pretty good. But
He's
of
a good
course,
leader.
he's a GOAT. I don't know what's going to happen. I know he's going to stick around because of Bronny Jr. He wants to play with them.
All right.
So let's see what happens. But
That'd be pretty cool, man.
I mean, this is exciting to see that this is going to be maybe this, next year, last year, who knows? But I mean, 1 year, so enjoy it while you can.
What a year to be alive when he's playing, eh?
Yeah, true.
It's crazy. He's gonna be going down in books.
Yeah.
But who else is going down in books, bro?
Speaking of GOATs retiring, Brady's gone.
Is he actually though?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is it.
I don't know, man. He keeps saying that.
Yeah, but I think this is like.
This is the final.
I think so. He broke. Yeah, because he signed the Fox deal. I think 10-year, $375 million.
Right.
Again, who knows? But I think this is the end. I think he tried one more thing. He got too greedy. He broke up.
With his
wife left him.
Yeah. But she's got more money, bro.
Yeah.
She's well off, man.
Maybe he'll get
He gets split?
spousal support.
You think? You think he's
Would
gonna
you take
get?
spousal support?
I think a little bit of pride is coming out, man.
Why?
I would give it, but I wouldn't take it.
What? So your woman's not prideful for taking it?
No, she'll take it. I'll
Why?
give it.
But you said you're too proud to take it. What's the difference then?
Because I don't know, man. It's not.
It's his right, no?
Yeah, it's true.
I'm asking. I'm not saying.
But his is like 8-9 figures, bro.
Yeah, I know. But yeah,
guess-
so let's see what happens. I do think he is. I do think
Yeah,
it's
he's
it. Yeah, I
it.
think it's done. Speaking of Better Have My Money, Super Bowl this year, this week, Rihanna's performing.
She's back.
She's back.
Finally.
Billionaire.
Finally.
She got a baby.
She got a baby and she's coming back strong,
She
bro.
got a baby. She got a Billy. But yeah, I'm excited to see that. It's going to be a good Super Bowl, good game. Who you got?
That's a good question, man. Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to make sure that I can stay tuned, man. Who you got on this one?
Personally, I want Chiefs to win. I think it'll be good for not only everything, but for the league as well, for Mahomes to win. But I do think the Eagles will win.
You think Eagles?
Yeah, I think Eagles will win. I do want Chiefs to win, but yeah, this is definitely not gonna be Mahomes' last Super Bowl. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to see. I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it is. But
I mean, they always make it pretty well, so why not?
but I mean, your Super Bowl is gonna be on Tuesday,
Which one's that?
Valentine's Day.
That's a funny one, man. Wait, what's your plans?
Is this your first Valentine's Day where you don't have to tell your parents you're working late?
Yeah, well,
This
that's.
is the first one.
Thanks for
This is
putting it out there,
This is
man.
the first one you get to
Just openly,
Just go?
openly give the gift.
Just go.
Yeah,
Just go?
just go with it free.
What's happening on Valentine's Day?
You know what? We're actually trying to see if we can hit up some. Well, I'm trying to do like the whole. Oh, you look at
I'm
me
just
like,
looking, bro.
Scandinavian spa is what we're trying to do. Just just relax and just get down to Mother Nature, bro.
Get down, man. That's pretty cool.
And like the way I see it is, I'm not all about like the big hype about going to spend that heart and like those box of flowers and the heart shapes and stuff. We would like more experience kind of stuff, right?
You don't think,
Nothing really.
you don't think your queen deserves one?
No, she did have the one necklace with that heart shape, right? And
You got her heart-shaped necklace?
bro,
Did you ever see it after you bought it?
No, that's
First
what
of all,
I-
I don't know why men buy their women heart-shaped necklaces.
let's be honest.
Okay, this
We-
podcast, this
right.
podcast will come out before Valentine's Day.
yeah, it will.
So I don't. This is
I'm
the
gonna put a
number one
poll.
advice for all men out there. I don't care if you listen to anything else. Your girl does not want a heart-shaped jewelry at all.
You know what? It's a learning.
She does not want heart-shaped
It's a
jewelry.
learning though.
It's either gonna sit in the bottom of her dresser or it's already returned. She already got the gift card. Either one or the two is happening.
I wish you returned it so that
One
I
of
would
the
have
two is happening.
put that somewhere else, man.
One of the two is happening. So please go and return any of the heart-shaped jewelry.
So you never did it?
No, you're
Ever?
They don't want it.
All right, fair.
Heart-shaped jewelry is literally, you will only see it from February 1st till February 15th. If you go to a jewelry store any other day, you will never see heart-shaped jewelry. Ever.
Those are like the high school love, man. That's how they started.
That's the thing. That is this is my first time buying a gift. I don't know what to buy. I'm assuming they like heart-shaped jewelry.
It's funny because it was like
I don't
less
care
than
if
a
it
year.
says Gucci on it. I don't care if it says Tiffany on it. I
Yeah.
don't care what it says on it.
How many carats? It doesn't matter.
It does not matter. No one wants a heart-shaped jewelry.
All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drop a poll and see how
Drop a
many mans
poll.
out there
Drop a
drop the heart-shaped jewelry for the galdams.
Let's see.
All right, we'll see. And I'm telling you, man, more than 50%, I would say.
No, I believe a lot of men did it.
And then they're ashamed to say it now.
But the poll should be how many women went to their man
don't
and said,
say
"Yo,
that.
this ain't it."
Don't say that because I already know 100%.
What did your girl tell you this ain't it, or are you still waiting for her to wear it for a special?
That's a hard
What'd she
question.
say? I'm waiting for a special occasion to wear it.
Yeah, it's kind of something.
So it
around
hasn't
there.
happened yet.
So the first
Birthday,
time
your
I
wedding,
dropped it, right? It's there.
It hasn't happened yet.
I haven't seen it though. We live in the same house. We live in the same room. I haven't seen the place.
Whatever store you got it from, I can take you to that store. It's sitting right there. It's right there.
It hasn't left the stock.
I'll show you the gift card she got for it.
Damn, man. It ain't coming easy though.
Nah,
I mean that's love, bro. That's love.
that's love, man.
But would you say that it's more real if your girl accepts it but doesn't say anything about it and doesn't wear it, or what if she just says return it because I don't wear this kind of jewelry? What would you do, or what would you say as like a real respect out of it?
That's a good question, honestly.
It's tough.
That's a good question because, funny enough, actually today I was watching a Modern Family. You watch Modern Family?
No.
Okay, I was watching Modern Family episode, and they were doing like the whole thing where like the guy buys, because usually I know you won't say it, but usually the guy buys better gifts. No? What do you think? You're too scared. You're too scared. You're too scared. You're too scared. Anyway, the guy bought his girl like all these nice gifts and everything.
Yeah.
And then she didn't buy him anything. And I think it was for Valentine's Day. Either anniversary. I didn't watch the whole episode.
Right.
It was either anniversary or Valentine's Day. And then she went to, so she didn't get him anything. Then she remembered incorrectly or something like that. So whatever she remembered incorrectly. So she tried to get him this band he likes, but he's never heard the band or anything like that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But he kept going along with it because he's like, I want her to feel good.
Oh, just to be inclusive.
Yeah. So do you
Okay.
think that's what she did when she saw the heart-shaped jewelry?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like at the time, she's like, "Oh, it's so nice. Oh, thanks, babe." And then,
No.
months down the road, I haven't seen it, man.
She went back to People's.
I mean, but then again, that's how you know he's the real one, man. Because identify as a girls versus woman at that point. And she's
What is wrong with you?
or the wifey.
All right.
You know how it is?
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Yeah,
Yes.
makes sense.
Valentine's Day will be lit. Like I said, shout out all my people out there who
All the LBs.
have to work late that night, have to go to library, study late that night.
I don't know who you're talking
Those
about.
late night projects at work.
It's been a lot of late night projects for everybody.
How come the 14th is always a busy day for you?
Why you gotta expose all the randoms with everybody that's putting up the excuse?
Shout them out.
But we would also like to shout out.
Yeah, no. Of course, we were joking around, but of course, prayers to my brothers, sisters in Turkey and Syria. Inshallah, we'll get through it. And please, everybody out there, donate and do what you can.
To help support. Obviously, it's a tough time.
Obviously, tough time, and of course, please do what you can. And yeah, we'll put some links for people to donate, and of course, do your research. Donate to whoever you're comfortable with as well, and just do whatever you can. Even just telling people, notifying people, letting them know. And yeah, until next time, I'm Hassan.
Yeah, it's your boy Meth.
Might be in LA next week.
All right, it's my turn to take LA.
All right, go for it.
All right, who knows? Maybe I'll meet someone else other than Judge Judy that is trying to take over my position.
All right,
All right, we out.
easy.